Alright folks, today we are going to talk about Dian Wei. Now, before I get to how I got Dian Wei, which is a trigger event, let me just share with you a little bit of why this is important. Now, everybody loves the 5 tigers of Shu Han. Now, the 5 tigers of Shu Han is probably Guan Yu, Zhang Fei, Zhao Yun, Ma Cao, and Huang Zhong. Right? These 5 generals, we call them tiger generals, just the 5 tigers of Shu Han. They are famous because they belong to Liu Bei during the Three Kingdoms era, and they made a name for themselves by being very, very powerful. They always beat against the odds, and so that's how they got their reputation. But that does not mean that there are no other heroes. We are talking about Xu Huang, we are talking about Zhou Yu, we are talking about Dian Wei, which is right here, we are talking about Xu Zu. Now, Dian Wei is very, very interesting because he rose from the outskirts. He was part of Xiahou Dun's troops, right? And he was just a mere soldier, but because of his bravery and because of his stature, he was big, he was strong. There were a couple of times that he would wear twice the armor and run into the enemy lines and break through and try to defeat them. And so Cao Cao was so impressed, he actually promoted him several times and he became his personal bodyguard. He is so strong that he could take on many guys at one shot, and he only died because he was trying to shield Cao Cao from an assassination attempt, because there were some enemies, they were all outnumbered. Cao Cao had to flee. He stood his ground using his 2 polearms and sliced his enemies through until all the enemies were so afraid of him that they don't even dare to move forward until they make sure that his head is passed around to the troops. Right now, this is not just in the romance. Now, the romance is more dramatized, right? They add more flower to it, but this is actually in records, meaning this is actual history where Dian Wei is a legend, right? So that's why Creative Assembly put his resolve as one of his best traits, because resolve is the general's health, right? Dian Wei has really exceptional health, plus 73% general health. So he is a tank, and he can brave through situations just because, you know, that's how history made it, and that's how Creative Assembly honored it. Now, how I got this Dian Wei is actually quite interesting, because what happened was I happened to conquer Chen. Where is Chen? Okay, Chen is up north, Central Plains. Chen is right here. So, according to records, right, he did arise from a peasantry, right? So he came from a humble background, and what happened was I happened to occupy Chen farmland, right? So there was a trigger while I was playing, maybe up to 200 over. I'm not so sure 200 or before 200 year, the year of, you know, because you have the year right here, 222. I think it's near 200. That I got a trigger from the game saying that, hey, somebody of exceptional talent joined your ranks from Chen farmland. I'm like, oh, who is that? And I was like so stoked when I saw it was actually Dian Wei. Now, I missed out on Zhao Yun in this playthrough because, again, I didn't have the proper trigger to get him along to my side. And eventually he just went missing. I'm not so sure if he died because Yuan Shao might have beheaded him. But when I got Dian Wei, I was so stoked because this guy right here is a freaking legend. And if you want to get him, right, you have to conquer Chen. I think it's on the farmland itself. Have the farmland, make sure that Cao Cao does not have him first, because if he triggered that trigger first, then that's too bad. Like, Cao Cao will have him. But because I was playing as Liu Bei and I happened to conquer this place, when it triggered, Dian Wei automatically joins me and I suddenly have a legendary warrior. So that's how I understand that in this game, If you conquer certain provinces, and if you wait long enough, then there might be a hero that might just emerge off the ranks, and you know, according to records or according to romance, they will just be of help to you. Alright, my name is Game News, and I will see you guys next time for another Total Wars update, and look forward to it. Alright, peace.